Whenever you embark on a career in music, you're not going to have just one teacher. You're going to have many of them. And eventually you start seeing that there are similarities and differences. There are some things that all of them inevitably say. And then it starts to get interesting because they start disagreeing with each other, sometimes through you. This, by the way, is an extinct instrument. They don't make this one anymore. And with good reason. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. This is the big one right here. I mean, not just because it's big, but because it figures into the title of the show. What number were we on again? 12? The show. So that's 30. 30. I'm going to need a bigger car. Some of my music teachers were really inspiring. And some of my music teachers, not so much. But one of my music teachers drove me insane. And I hope we never have to stay in touch. That wasn't very good. I didn't have a good rhyme for much. An experienced improviser would never go for the much rhyme. They'd go for something that can rhyme with anything. Any word that rhymes in E. It's like a very specifically answer to your question. And I answered it logically. You see how that just works?
Stroke, tiny little stroke. It was the first time I feared my own death. First time I ever even thought about it. So I thought I should visit the grave sites of all of my ancestors, and I started a project. Took me years, but I stood on the ground where every ancestor since 1630 lived. I ended my research in Ireland, where Carneys lived for a couple of thousands of years, and what I learned, what I came away with, and what got into my show is that, of course, everybody dies. As the Irish mentor of my research told me, it's the living that counts, isn't it?
Emily Dickinson led me to Rose. In that, I was performing the Belle of Amherst about Emily Dickinson. And someone in the audience mentioned, you know, a one-woman play should be written about Rose O'Neill. Because approximately 6 houses down from the home that I was performing the Belle of Amherst in, Rose O'Neill died in that very house. She was very prolific. She was ahead of her time. She had no boundaries that you and I may think of at this time. Her beginnings in her life were very inventive, and she was allowed to expand her imagination from the very get-go, and she did. I think not only is she a marvelous, bigger-than-life person to meet, but I believe she connects with all of us in what she has to say. She went through things in her life that I think would help others gain some perspective, perhaps, on their own life. And that sometimes, more than just the facts, is most intriguing to me, to connect on the human